Hi guys, welcome to Counter City, where we break down fights from a striking perspective, provide you with the drills to lift your striking game. So we're going to break down a fight today between Francis Ngannou and JDS. On face value, Eugene, what's your impressions?
We have two big blokes with some serious power and they're going to throw massive punches.
Right, big uppercuts, big right hands, big left hooks. That's the face value, right? But if you look at JDS' last fight with Bam Bam, there's a couple of details I want you guys to look into. So I'm going to come forward in a straight line, and the first time JDS goes backwards in a straight line and hits the fence. So I'm going to land offense as he's going backwards in a straight line. So boom, 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 his back hits the fence, right? Now the next clip happens again. He goes backwards, lands some shots, and he's going backwards in a straight line, and then he circles up against the fence. But in the third clip, he adjusts. Rather than going backwards in a straight line, he just goes backwards, but he also creates space with his lead hand. Watch that lead hand in the clip. Usually, I'm going to go forward, create that space with the left hand. Forward, and then circle off. So he creates that space. Now the principle here is not that going backwards in a straight line is necessarily bad. Usually you can go backwards in a straight line from here. That's okay. But let's see what happens if he goes backwards in a straight line from here. His back goes straight into a wall, right? And when his back's against the wall, that gives me a predictable range for me to strike and land offense. And I'm going to give you guys 3 drills. So the first one is circling off with space. It's not good enough just to circle, you have to circle off with space. So let's say I'm starting over here, I'm walking forward, Eugene circles off, lots of space. Right? Let's try again. A bit more space in this one. Boom, 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 boom. Lots of space, right? Lots of space in between. The next clip, Eugene's going to create space. So rather than circle off with space, sometimes a guy might come in a little bit closer. You have to create space. Now how we're going to do this is off the stiff arm. So Eugene's just going to post his arm, give me a bit of a shove on my shoulder, get me off balance, and then circle out. So I'm going to step forward, he creates that space, and then he circles off. So notice how I'm getting really close. I'm getting close, but he stops me in my tracks, pushes me off, and creates space. So just go over slowly, I step forward, that space is maintained, and then he circles off. And the last clip, what you can do, rather than create space, is to close that space down. So I'm going to come forward, Eugene's going to initiate a clinch, and lock it down. So I'm going to try and land offense. I come forward, locks it down. And then the whole clinch, the whole striking exchange is over, because he's effectively closed that space down. So on to Francis Ngannou. So Francis Ngannou, a lot of knockouts, right? I mean, how good was that knockout of Alistair, right?
Yeah.
He played him out stiff, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of those times, those KOs came off, single shot. And against Stipe, Francis was looking for that one shot the whole fight. So he was walking forward a lot of times like this. So he'd walk forward and he'd try and land that big left hook. He'd walk forward, try and land a big left hook. Stipe wouldn't be there. He'd try and throw a big right hand. Well, I'm not Francis' coach, right? But what I can say from a third perspective, right, is feinting is probably the way to do it. Now, what is feinting? Feinting is showing your opponent one shot and making him believe that that shot's going to land. So, for example, let's say, for example, I really want to land this jab, right? I think the jab's the shot to land. So he might be blocking that jab all night, But as soon as I start feinting, and he starts believing the shot, then I can finally land that jab, right? So you see just then, Eugene got tagged with the jab, right? Rocked, right? So how do you feint? So feinting is taking a whole technique and breaking it down to little sequences. So starting with the jab. Most traditionally, when you shoot a jab, you step forward with that lead foot. Step forward with that lead foot. Then the shoulder turns, right? Then the elbow comes up. Then the hand goes. So forward step, elbow comes up, arm goes, then the fist comes. What if you take each one of those components and break it down? So I'm going to face Eugene. I'm going to land a couple of jabs. Now step. So it looks like a jab. I show him half the shot. I show him in a slower speed. I step with the foot slowly. Moving around, moving around. I show him a full jab. I shoot him half the jab. Different speeds. And then I finally land, shoot the jab in full. And by doing that, you probe the guy's defense. Usually block the jab by touching with his right hand. Right? But if I feint him, I can get the same reaction out of him. Shoot the jab again. Feint him, and then come over the top with the left hook, right? Francis could have feinted in that fight. He could have shown Stipe a couple of different shots, and then landed that one big shot he was looking for. Because remember, the whole night he was looking for that big right hand, that big left hook, or an uppercut. So he could have feinted a little bit. Start with the jab. Feint him. Create that feint, and then step in with the shot that he needs to land. Rather than stepping in and trying to land a one big shot and Stipe moving out of the way, you can feint him and then try and land a one big shot.
Thanks for watching, guys. That's it for today. Let us know in the comments below a fight that you'd like us to break down.